All right, guys, today I'll be giving you my prediction for the top 10 best dark rides in the world as of 2023. When I was looking into this video, I realized that there were a lot of dark rides that are up there with some of the best coasters, actually. Now, I have seen POVs for all these dark rides, but I don't know exactly what they all feel like. I've only been on the number 10, 6, and 2 spot, so I don't know exactly what all these dark rides feel like. But watching the POVs, I have seen like what kind of effects there are. So I will go into those. If you don't want to see like what's inside, then just I guess skip ahead of those and just see what the actual rides are. But without further ado, let's get into this list. At the number 10 spot is Spider-Man at Universal's Islands of Adventure. And I believe there's a couple other installations of this ride, but man, this is a great ride. I also have been on Transformers, but I thought Spider-Man was a lot better. Maybe that's just because I don't like the Transformers IP or whatever, but this ride is great. You have great effects, great movement of the vehicle. The screens are incorporated really well. It has a ton of great Spider-Man villains, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro. Like, it's got everything. Everything is paced extremely well, so overall, this is just a great dark ride. I think definitely probably a top 10 dark ride in the world. At the number 9 spot is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And now this ride is also being added to the California park, but it looks great. This is the first of many trackless dark rides on this list. Obviously, it's themed to Mickey and Minnie. The front of the car kind of has like a train resemblance. The start of the ride features like Goofy talking on the train, which looks really cool. You have some amazing animatronics with like great lighting and everything. I especially think the scene where like you're kind of falling off the waterfall looks really cool. Of course, at Hollywood Studios, it's in the Chinese theater. So it's got a really nice facade there. So overall, this is definitely worthy of the number 9 spot, in my opinion. At the number 8 spot, potentially a little low to some people, is Journey to the Center of the Earth at Tokyo Disney Sea. This is a very similar ride to kind of like Test Track or Radiator Springs Racers. Definitely better, but my complaint with it is it looks a little short. Of course, it has a super impressive animatronic, just absolutely massive. It has a thrilling kind of coaster section. No, it is not a credit, but it has a thrilling section. And of course, going through the mountain, all the theming inside of there looks amazing. Again, it just looks a little short. If it was longer, it could be top 5 for sure, but I have to put it at the number 8 spot. At the number 7 spot is Mystic Manor at Hong Kong Disneyland. Another trackless dark ride, and this one looks like easily the best kind of Haunted Mansion-like dark ride in the Disney chain. The backstory of this ride is really confusing. It's like about a monkey stealing an idol, and then like the manor or whatever turns like haunted or something. I don't know. It looks really confusing, but the actual sets look impressive. I mean, there's like scenes where like the knights or whatever are shooting the monkey. Like, it's a bit darker than the Haunted Mansions in the US, but it's also a lot more modern. Like, you'd think a darker theme would be like a lot more vintage kind of, but no, this is very modern, and it's a lot more thrilling than the other Haunted Mansions. Of course, I wouldn't know that, but just by looking at it, it looks a lot better than the others, especially with the trackless dark ride system. I mean, the flow of everything looks amazing. So yeah, I think this is definitely deserving of the number 7 spot. At the number 6 spot is Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey at many Universal parks. The one I rode was at Islands, of course, and this ride is incredible. I mean, it's probably the most thrilling dark ride in the world. If you're not into thrill rides, do not do this one, because, I mean, this thing is throwing you all around. especially in the scene like with the spiders and the dragon and whatnot. Like in there, it's pretty intense, but you've got great screen usage, also mixed with great practical effects. And of course, what really makes it is that arm like moving all around, making the ride really realistic. And of course, the theming in the queue line is incredible. So overall, I mean, it's an obvious pick, but it's a great ride. At the number 5 spot, oh boy, it's Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios. I mean, listen, it looks incredible. If you're a Star Wars fan, I mean, it's incredible. It's amazing either way, but I don't know, something about it. I mean, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so I can't follow everything too well. I also don't like how there's vehicles like all around you. And like that's fine for a ride like Mystic Manor, like it takes away a little bit, but a ride like Mystic Manor, the number 4 spot, like it's fine. But like here especially, like it's supposed to be like you escaping the resistance or something, so the fact that you're seeing other people while doing that kind of interrupts the storyline for me, just by the looks of it. The effects look great, especially when like Kylo Ren sticks the lightsaber through the ceiling. I don't know how they did that. Some of the animatronics look great. I mean, it looks like a great ride. A bit short. There is a drop track, so it has a little bit of a thrill element. But again, like the actual inside of the building, like nothing looks too special to me. Like there's no, wow, they didn't have to do that, but that was incredible. You know, like some of these other rides have. So I don't know. I guess that's why I only have it at number 5. It still looks amazing, but not quite up there with what some people say it is. At the number 4 spot is Symbolica. Now, the reason why I have this ahead of Rise of the Resistance is, I mean, everything just looks so much more detailed. It is a trackless dark ride like Rise of the Resistance, where you see the other vehicles, but it's supposed to be a tour of the castle, so I don't feel like it interrupts the story too much, because, like, you know, a tour, like, you could have multiple people there, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but also the inside of the actual ride looks so much better than Rise of the Resistance. Like, maybe, again, if I was a bigger Star Wars fan, maybe I'd appreciate Rise more, but, I mean, anyone can appreciate Symbolica and how detailed that thing looks. The soundtrack's also great. I mean, just other things like the whale scene. That is a physical whale in there. I mean, it's not a real whale, but it's a prop. It's not a screen. There's a ton of other things like that. There's this part where like you kind of break off and one vehicle's doing this around the castle and another's doing something else. So it adds a lot of rewritability. Plus the pre-show is brilliant. I mean, how the doors open, or I mean the stairs open like their doors. Like, come on, that's amazing. So yeah, I guess that's why I have Symbolica at number 4. Again, objectively, Rise of the Resistance is more action-packed. But I think just looking at it, what Dark Ride just looks better and look to give the overall better experience, I think Symbolica takes the cake over Rise of the Resistance. At the number 3 spot is the new Mario Kart rides that are at Universal Studios Japan and Hollywood. Now, apparently, there's like a Bowser challenge and a Koopa challenge or something like that. I don't know, but I'm lumping them together. You're basically racing on a Mario Kart track, and multiple, actually. There's courses like Rainbow Road, Bowser's Castle, Cloud Top Cruisers, like a bunch of the big ones from the game. This ride is made by augmented reality. I mean, you can throw stuff like shells and bananas at the other cart to like make them spin out or whatever. There's a ton of great scenes, like especially Rainbow Road looks incredible. My only complaint I wish it was actually a fast ride. You know, if it was fast, like actual go-karting, like it could be number one for sure. But the fact that it's just like a normal trackless dark ride and going at like that speed while you're supposed to be flying through these go-karts and through these courses, like that like kind of takes away from me for a little bit. But again, the physical sets combined with the augmented reality looks amazing. The queue line looks incredible. You got all the statues, all like the coins and whatnot there. So, I mean, this looks like an incredible ride that could have been even better, but for now, it's the number 3 spot. At the number 2 spot is Avatar Flight of Passage at Disney's Animal Kingdom. This is by far the best dark ride I have personally been on. And, I mean, if you've been on it, I'm sure you can agree that it's something else. I mean, Avatar is it's the most beautiful movie in the world. Pandora is the best land in any movie, any park in the world. And to bring that to life is incredible, especially with these screens. I mean, it kind of looks different than the movies, but that's kind of good. Like, these visuals are incredible. And it's literally just a simulator, but they somehow make it one of the best rides, period. The fluidity of the actual simulator syncing up with the screen and everything is absolutely masterful. Like, you can't get better than this. You can feel the water effects. You can feel the Banshee breathing on you because you're supposed to be riding a Banshee here, or an Ikran, whatever you want to call it. The scenes are all great. There's a ton of great chase scenes, and also I'm glad they left a couple scenes in there just to appreciate the visuals, like especially at the end, just flying at the end after the big chase scene. Like, that's probably the best part of the ride. Like, the motion is incredibly realistic. Pair that with possibly the best visuals on any screen ride, period. I mean, I don't see any other ride that could have better visuals on a screen ride. So yeah, this is definitely worthy of the number 2 spot. But looking at all the rides, there was a clear winner, and it, of course, was Justice League Battle for Metropolis at many Six Flags parks. I mean, yeah, come on, guys. Yeah, no, this ride is trash. Effects don't even work most of the time, so obviously the number 1 spot is going to Pirates of the Caribbean Battle for the Sunken Treasure at Shanghai Disneyland. I was in awe the first time I saw a POV of this thing. For starters, the effects are by far the best effects of any ride period. To start off, you have that incredible Jack Sparrow animatronic that starts as like a ghost thing, like it looks like a projection, like, and then out of nowhere it becomes an animatronic. I have no clue how they did that. Like, you think the lightsaber through the ceiling was cool? No, try this. And then the way they use the water to their advantage is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, you've got the best screen usage of any ride, period. I mean, it's not quite as pretty as Flight of Passage, but it's the best. I mean, you've got the water that flows right into the water on the screen. It's seamless. You couldn't tell that a screen was there if, like, you weren't stupid enough. I mean, it's obviously a screen, but, like, it's impressive how they do that so seamlessly, transition the actual water into the water on the screen. I mean, there's also a scene where, like, the water on the screen rises up, and it looks like your water, the physical water, is also rising up with it. Like, that's just incredible. You've got the Davy Jones animatronic, which, I mean, is an absolute masterclass in animatronics, so realistic. And of course, the best part, the fight scene at the end. You've got the 2 battleships on either side of you that are absolutely massive. Just firing cannons at each other, and then you go inside one of the boats. Jack Sparrow is fighting Davy Jones, and you have a backwards drop at the end. and you can't see it coming because it's backwards. You're going backwards, you're watching the fight, you're engaged in it, and then all of a sudden the ship's going down and you go down with it. It's a fast-paced looking dark ride. Like, there are no dead spots, and the best part, there is a stupid amount of detail. Like, they didn't have to make this ride this detailed, have perfect rock work everywhere, like gold doubloons, everything all over the place. Just everything looks perfect. There wasn't an inch left untouched on this ride. So that's why this is the clear #1 dark ride in the world, in my opinion. But of course, I haven't ridden it, so I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the best dark ride in the world. So that's my predictions for the top 10 best dark rides in the world as of 2023. Let me know what you guys saw of this list down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.